All right, party people in the place to be, vandals, and all you people out there in the post-apocalyptic demon robot wastelands. This is a brand new episode of How'd We Get Here? And oh man, he's back, and he's back with a vengeance, man. Like, oh, dude, you are just a machine nowadays, dude. Issue 10 already. Are you serious, my man? Like,
Mate, I tell you, issue 10, my mind is just absolutely doesn't know how we got here. I think right back to when we first started, issue 1 or 2. I did not know a couple of years ago to be here. I tell you what, though, one thing though, the more we do these, the more I realise my hair is disappearing by the month. So I think the first ones I had a lot more hair.
Me, it's the gray. I look at older episodes and I'm like, God damn, I've gotten gray now over the years. Like just over the space of 3 years. It's crazy. I got my haircut last weekend and the lighting was different at where I got my haircut. And I'm like, holy fuck, I don't have barely any color left in my hair. It's almost all gone gray now. Pretty soon I'll be white.
you're gonna need the Just for Men, Joe.
No. If my hair is good enough, I'd like to do like, I think all white is nice. Like kind of like David Lynch. David Lynch had some fucking massive, like crazy ass. He had a good head of hair, that guy.
Yeah, he did.
And he sported the white hair so well. So just rest in peace, David Lynch. We lost him last week. So, but man, did that guy ever have a beautiful head of hair?
It makes me think of the Laura Palmer's dad when that episode the next day it was just all white. Like his hair was all white.
Yeah.
So if you wake up like that from one day, we know that something's gone on.
Yeah. So I'm getting there though. This used to be like my blonde. I used to have a lighter blonde streak here, and that went white first. I used to have a lot of red in my beard, and that all went white first. So I don't know if the ginger gene is a defective gene and that just goes white first. Yeah, so
but no, but you were ginger when we started the show, man. Like you've really gotten gray since we started, Joe. So
yeah, I know because I go back and check older episodes to like crop, like take bits, like little clips and stuff, and I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
well, look, this is new too. Since 6 months, these are like never used to need them. Now, when I get comics and the writing's too small, I'm like, you motherfuckers. I'm like, lettering 1 on 10, art 10 on 10, story 10 on 10, lettering 1 on 10, too small.
You know what? You can tell we've been doing this a while because when we first started, it's all about cool comics and cool things, and now we're talking about what happens as we get older. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, thanks for having me on again, guys. It's always a blast to be on. So thank you.
Yeah. I think you hold the record by a long shot now, right?
Is it?
Yeah. I think you've been on 5 or 6 times maybe now.
But before we get any further, though, I say there's 2 minutes till the campaign goes live. I got the link in the description. I'm going to put it in the chat right now, and yeah, man, everybody get ready to go back because we are doing giveaways like usual. Richard is the madman. He loves his fans. So if you guys are watching live or, even people that aren't watching that just back the book, you might get something neat in your package today. So, yeah.
I'm going to try another ink sketch while we're talking. So hopefully that'll be straight out the gate. There'll be something cool for people.
Nice.
Right.
Always good. So Richard, how has the journey been? 10 issues now. You did the hardcover, which was fantastic.
Yep. I tell you what,
that hardcover right here.
Yeah, because the hardcover was always the dream.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful hardcover. Yeah.
That was the dream, and actually that's how I was going to start. I was going to do an 8-issue graphic novel. I'm glad I didn't, because there would have been like 5 people who would have read it. Whereas, as you build up the comics, it gets more and more people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's insane. I can't believe we're in season 2, and we're already into the second issue.
Yeah. So the first one was the first 8 issues, and now we're into issue 10. Would be like, if you want to break it up into chapters, would be chapter 2 of the second season or arc, like you'd like to say. Yeah. So,
and we're gonna start discovering more and more now with this issue. I'm quite pleased with how it starts as well. I mean, you guys know it's all patterns, and when you're reading it, the first couple of pages is always something interesting. You know, like this: is it now? Is it then? What's happening? What's going on? And I think it's going to blow it open again. And you know, you guys have read 9. You know,
Yeah.
I've been drawing that 9-panel grid sort of thing since the get-go, so I can learn storytelling basically, so I can learn how to tell a story, and it just starts to break that now. And I think 10, you're going to see the pages start to shake up a little bit more. So as I try and get my confidence with how to break out of the grid, you know, it sort of aligns to where Glam's going, because Glam's our amnesiac character. You know, the world she knows is changing as she unlocks memories. So I'm trying to change up the format a little bit as well.
All right, and the campaign is live, people. So get backing.
Cool. I'm gonna hit now. I've got a hit. Yes. Hang on a sec. Here we go.
So here we go. Richard's gonna hit that button and put issue 10 live on Kickstarter.
And we're away.
All right. Try my advice is to wait a little bit. Like, don't try to be one of the first people, because like we rarely get single digits in the spin, man. It's never fair for actually the early bird.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Cool. So it's live. Usually in the past you've funded fairly quickly
while we're on air. Like the first couple minutes we're on air, like very quickly.
Well, you usually do a pretty good job of keeping people in the loop of what's going on. And when you're oh, Jonathan's back.
Hey, Jay.
I don't know.
Jay's always trying to be the first.
We'll see. Did he get his sketch?
He did.
All right. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
He did. He got Jay. You got the book with the drawing on, wasn't it? That's the one you gave up, Joe, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the one with what's his name?
Sean Phillips's kid, right?
Sean Phillips.
Yeah. Jacob Phillips did the sketch cover. Yeah. That was
pretty cool.
That was a cool one. Yeah. What? Where did you meet him? Which convention was it at that you met him?
That was sorry, that was last May, I think it was. That was the MCN in London. In London. Okay. So Comic-Con. And I went back there in was it November, I think was the next one. So I went back again. I didn't see him that time. I saw a couple of other people. But yeah, that was really cool to see him, because I picked up 2 of his books when I was there, and I was like, these are amazing. And he said if I'd have been 5 minutes earlier, I could have picked up the other one. I'm just going to see if I can see who is if I do no, it's not updates, it is dashboard. So it's so many tools in this thing that's quite useful. I'm just going to see who was first. It was IV Runner, I think. Yeah. And Jay, I think you were third.
Third. 3. Is 3 a lucky number?
3's a cool number. You're in the top 3.
Yeah. 7. If you got to be 7. 7's lucky, right? Notoriously lucky number. Lucky number 7. Yeah. Whoever's number 7 will probably get something. But so the campaign's live. People can go check out that page, back it. But you have some cool people working on the covers. You always get some cool people to come work on the covers, and you got a pretty interesting name doing one of the covers this time around. Most people that follow you on socials already know, but let's say people that who did you get this time? You got your usuals.
So we got our usuals. We got Bang Bez as always on yellow. I think that's his thing. Yeah. Pink is always a guest artist. And if I show this, which is Sunstone, you'll know that the artist we've got is I'm in the wrong place. Is Stepan xHWGHx. And my mind is blown. Doing the pink cover is absolutely amazing. I love this series, and I've started reading fine print as well, and I love fine print. And I'm sorry for the croaky voice. My voice has slowly been going all week, but I'm absolutely blown away to get Stevan to work on this. It's been a little while coming, and then we managed to find the slot, which was issue 10, which is fantastic. Yeah, just amazing. And actually, we've got an announcement as well on 11 pink and 12 pink. Let's go all the way, right? So 11 pink is going to be Luana Vecchio, who does Love Stick.
Yes.
Which is just another amazing artist who can be doing it. Yeah. And then on issue 12, which should have been 10, I've had to move it around because of the story. On issue 12, we've got the amazing Adrian Cleric on that cover as well, and it looks fabulous. I can't share it yet because it's going to give away part of the story. So, and to have 3 amazing people like that on top of Robert, who we had, on top of Suspiria Land, Susanna Vilches.
Yes.
Who did the 9? It's just the pink covers is quite cool, and I think now people have read issue 9. I always say the colors are the colors tell a bit of the story, right? So when I first did Red, no one knew what red was until you got to the end of issue, I think it was 6 or 7, when the sky turned red. Pink is all about where they went in season 9. With one of the characters, with 2 of the characters, I should say, and I can't spoil it in case people haven't read that. But pink represents somewhere we go. So I haven't revealed where yellow goes yet, so that's going to be quite interesting when we do that story as well. But they're just amazing to have them all on it. It's just amazing.
I was looking for the pink in the campaign. Like, do you have to unlock that? Because I wasn't able to find it in the pledge selection.
Yeah, so the pinks are in. They are. I think. Oh, am I not? I thought I did them as rewards, but they're there as add-ons. I think. Yeah, I haven't done it as direct rewards. I thought I'd done it. I'm gonna have to quickly try and set those up.
Yeah, this is good because we found a few holes in your campaign last time too.
I know,
for the t-shirts,
exactly.
Because the t-shirt I wanted wasn't there. Speaking of which, last time I backed and got the cool t-shirt.
So you're now a member of the Skull Rates.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. You technically work for me, Joe. So
yeah, you work for the head honcho.
Yeah.
You work for Johnny. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that quickly. I think it's I thought I'd done it. Let me. I'm just gonna work in the background, so I'll let you guys do a little bit of chat.
Yeah. So
we did this last time as well, didn't we?
yeah. That's what I was saying for the t-shirts, because I went and looked and I was like, wait a minute, I don't see the Skull Ray t-shirt. The Skull t-shirt. You're like, it's supposed to be in there. Then you're like, oh no, there's missing that one. But I mean, you have a lot of stuff to offer. So I mean, it's only normal. Maybe sometimes you miss a couple things here and there. I mean, it's not the end of the world.
And you're already halfway there, dog. Like, damn.
Is it already? Blimey. Right, let me open up the
halfway. Yeah. Let's see. Actually, a cool thing, Richard reached out to me after I posted something I drew. And he asked me to do a little sketch for him for Blam Glam. So I'm it's just in the roughs right now. I have to start inking it. I haven't started inking it yet. My light box is still in the closet. I have to dig it out. But here's like a rough just to give me an idea. And then I was toying with
it's looking amazing already.
Yeah, and that's so with cool. Like the background and everything. And oh shit, did I not? It's an homage to. I'll go grab it off the wall.
Yeah, one of his holy grails. Yeah, there's that Sayek cover that is causing all this acrimony, but you can see why I want it so bad, dude. Like I'd never really spring for your variants because your A cover is so nice, but like this is the first one where I'm like, dog, I want the variant cover.
Yeah. See, my sketch is an homage.
That's John Romita Jr., isn't it?
No, it's Mike Zek.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. It's kind of like that. You see the bullets flying in the background. It's in an alleyway, so you get the garbage can and all that. And then I was toying with this is more, I kind of figured out the background, the ladder. I might add a little something in that empty space beside the ladder there to close it up. But
Cool.
yeah, it's getting
Nice.
there.
I mean, it's wicked.
So yeah,
I'm almost there putting in the pink ones, so bear with me a sec. And then I'll do the red and yellow shortly afterwards.
So I was just fucking around, working it out on my sketchbook there. But I'm gonna start getting into drawing again a little more. I kind of hadn't really done much after I stopped working as a designer. So
okay, the pink one's in there already. I'm just gonna duplicate it. Oh no, hang on. Oh Christ, hang on. Edit. Don't want it to start on that date. Well, it start now. Immediately. Save reward. Okay, the pink should be there. Do you know what? I spend so many weeks putting the pages together. I do a last little sprint to make the last thing happen. And I was like, oh, one thing that didn't work. Right. Yellow, BNG issue 10. Yellow by Bang Bears. Oh. Guys, this is how you don't do a Kickstarter.
well, I mean, what is it? Johnny said you said halfway. I mean, if it's the wrong way, then it's a pretty it's not bad. So yeah.
And the yellow is almost there. You know, it's yellow clothed. Save reward. The yellow's there now.
There. That's probably you'd probably already be funded by now if that was in there originally. People want to be picking up that pink cover, selling them like.
And then the last one is red. Almost there, and then I'm back to being yours. Sorry, guys. Red.
Yeah, what issue did you start doing the red covers on again?
From one. Right? Actually, did it from one.
Right from the get-go, right?
Yeah, exactly. I did it from one because there was like I think I had 3 covers. I had white, I had the regular, the red, and the blank, and then I had the cover I was doing for that Canadian retailer, which wasn't part of the Kickstarter. It was somebody else's. It was only to be sold by him, and then I started to expand out. I think yellow was about issue 4 or 5.
That's the first time you had a guest.
Yeah,
to do a variant, right?
Yeah, and I'd seen Bang Bez's work for quite some time, and I said, actually, are you interested in doing a cover for me? And he said, yeah. And we worked out a pretty sweet deal for him, and I think it was really cool. You know, it was quite cool to land Bang Bez. And then, you know, as we got to the end, I was like, right, when we all saw Carly with Robert Mellon, and I was like, I've got to get him to do a cover, see if he's and bless him, he was like, yeah, come on in, let's go for it. Hang on, I've got to change something. It says yellow clothed. It used to say red clothed. New item.
You're almost funded, man. You're at $1,023 of $1,229. So damn.
Getting there.
Line up the shelves. 26 backers already.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that you got that pink cover up there,
that's it. It should start. It should start
cover.
going.
Yeah. People are probably looking for it, like, what the hell is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, what's he doing?
People panicking and like losing their shit. Fucking...
The good thing is they can still get it through the add-ons, but it's much better to have that reward available. I don't know why I hadn't got around to setting that one up. Oh, bloody.
Probably, God bless.
Right, we're close. 9:16.
Yeah. This is something I saw. I don't remember what it's from, but this is one of my favorites that I love this.
So this was going to be the original 10, I think it was, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And this is going to be more like it's either going to be an 11 standard. That's my original 10 standard. I wanted to try something else in between. So I think that's either going to be, that might actually be 12, and the other one I might have shared before, which is slightly purpley blue.
Yeah.
Might be 11. So let's see.
I just love the pose. Look at that. Like just the like the curve, and I love this one. I think this is my favorite one yet.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So that's
I
it.
saw that and I was like, I
don't.
don't remember seeing that anywhere. I was like, I'm gonna have to ask him what that's for exactly. Yeah.
I saw this on your Instagram, and I really like this drawing. Like, what's this one? Is this just a panel for the book?
Yeah, that's in 9. That's a panel in 9. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's on page 2, and it's when there's certain memories that are going on.
Yeah. I remember seeing that one. I just read it.
Yeah, because there's loads on that bit. JE's put in the thing. Just get all the covers, problem solved. Mate, you've got a job promoting the comic. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's part of a 9 panel grid, right there. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's where it's starting to unlock more of the backstory. You know, actually, it wasn't page 2; it was page 4, because it was after the almost like the backstory section.
Yeah, you get that nice splash page with the tree. I like that one too. It's very whimsical, dreamlike. Love that page. Yeah, love that page.
And then the next pages probably don't make much sense because it's a bit weird. 976, we almost went up to it then.
Yeah. Got a great splash page with
$30 for funding, man.
The army. Yeah.
The army. And also, you know, what's in the foreground. You know, this is a whole key thing for that. Yeah. You know, so there's going to be an amazing, because everyone has a chance to be in the comic. That splash page was people to be in the comic. Some people won them, some people bought them.
Funded.
Some characters. Funded. Are we done?
29 backers. $1,232 just over the line. Oh, yeah, man.
No. Oh no, it's still showing as 991 for me. 29 backers, 991. So we're almost. Normally you get a little celebration on the page when it does it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you get what does it do? Does it do like a confetti explosion or something?
Does a little confetti thing, I think. I'm sure it does.
Yeah?
Here we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So it's just done it. And it's not doing the confetti. It should do. Normally it does it. Oh, Kickstarter, what have you done? We're funded.
They're cutting back.
Yeah, they're cutting back. The fireworks were just too expensive for everybody.
Yeah.
But you know what's cool is we've got, you know, people, if they haven't read the comic, actually we did something different this time. If you haven't read the comic, the first 12 pages of issue 1 are available for free to download in the main page.
The campaign, yeah.
Yeah, so people can. It's just rolled back again to 999. So I don't know what's going on. It'll probably change a second, but we're on 999, which is usually in Britain means someone's dialing the emergency number. You guys have 911, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, we've got, and I don't know why, right? 999 is really weird when you used to have those old phones where you whizzed it round, because it goes all the way around to the
longest place. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're like, you know, here we go. It's done it now, but it hasn't done the fireworks. But yeah, here's all 8 issues. Here's all 9 issues actually, still available in first edition printings. You know, from the original cover, all the way through to, you know, the latest one, which is starting to get this sort of green feel to it. Not everything's got green. Unless I tweak the new one slightly, I might do that actually. You never know.
And 9 was the first one to have a glossy cover too, right? Like on the cover.
Yeah. It's a weird one, right? Because when they get printed, so like this was the last one, 8, and it's a glossy, but it's not quite glossy. But if you laminate them, it protects them, so they really come out. They're pretty perfect when they arrive. You know, and they can take quite a beating. I don't know what people prefer, but I quite liked what it added to it. you know, it doesn't help my screen's white and it's reflecting everything into it. But
Yeah.
I think it makes it enjoyable. The only thing I had to do was make sure that the cover paper was thick enough, because because it's laminated, if you don't, I had an early test print, and as you open the comic, the laminate was stronger than the comic cover. So what would happen is it start to curl over time, and I'm like, I can't have that. So you have to have a thicker
Cardstock.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, thicker stock, but it works. It's quite cool. But yeah, so we've got those. We've still got sketchbooks. I'm amazed. The first ever Kickstarter, which was just, you know, sketches about the character, not even a story yet. Still sell. People are up to those. You know, we've got the hardback, and we've also got the trade paperback. And for anyone on issue 8 or the collector's edition, and they did pick up 9, I've put all 4 of the covers back on, so people can still get hold of those. So the custom covers that are painted onto the cover or digitally. So the custom covers, are they hand painted? Oh, is that so Jay, that one you're talking about, is that the oil painted one? Because there's a couple of covers we do. There's one when you scroll down through the rewards, and it's ink drawing cover. It's an ink cover, which is basically a blank cover. Let's see if I can find a blank. It's a great question. So that's a blank from 2, and it's got like this sort of matte texture. It's even thicker than the regular covers, and that we draw and paint onto. So it's actually done on those ones. Yeah, so it's a blank cover, and then I take over and go a bit crazy with it. But yeah, it's mad.
So so we're do we have the wheel thing, Johnny? When did you want to
here,
do
let
a
me see
giveaway?
how many.
Now that it's funded, we might as well reward the
we got
early
35 backers.
We might as well reward the early birds, right? Let's give them. What did you want to do something special for the early birds, or did you want to save that other special one for later, or how do you want to do this, Richard? Which one do you want to do first?
I think the first one we do is there's a spare print of the poised xHWGHx. It's in a sleeve from Protecting Nature, and this was the one that we did on the last Kickstarter, which is a beautiful painting that somebody bought the original of. So that went on the last Kickstarter. And thanks, Eric's, who I always go to when we go to Comic-Con. We're always going together. He's on the chat. Good to see you. On here, yeah, so we got one of these left over. So let's do this one. Let's do this one as the first giveaway, if that's right.
Yeah.
Gives me time to keep drawing.
Yeah, sounds good.
I got
Johnny's...
the count at 35 backers. Is that what yours is screen saying, Richard? 35?
Yeah, I'm showing 35. You're absolutely right.
Okay, cool. So we're ready to roll whenever you are. You want me to click the spin?
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Oh, it has a little sound. I can hear it.
19.
19. Let's see if it's anyone on our. Oh. Let's see if it's on. I did have the window open. Where's that gone? I'm going to have to quickly go to another bit to try and work out who they are. Sorry about this.
It's all right.
Oh, it's running really slow.
Yeah, and if anyone's curious and they want to know, when you go into to know which number you are, you go into your pledge, you hit, I think, manage. And if you hit manage, then you can see which number you are. At the top, you'll have your name, and just underneath your name, you'll have your backer number right underneath your name. When you hit, after you pledge, you can go back into the campaign, and it says you're a backer. You hit that blue manage button, it'll pop up, and then under your name, you'll see that your backer number. So if you want to know what number you have, you can go check it that way. Yeah.
I can tell you. So backer numbers is backer report. So many windows to click on. So we said it was 19, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. 19.
So 19. So the winner is Jonathan Rowe. Cool. So congratulations to Jonathan Rowe. I'm just going to message him now.
Okay. Damn. And what did he win again?
He won the A4 print of Poised, which was the last one that was it was the last oil painting A4 print. So it's an oil painting that's been turned into an A4 giclée print, which is I love the giclées. They're just stunning. It's like you got a real piece of art in your hand. So 19, yeah?
Yeah, 19.
19. There. Sorry about that. My wife just got home. I had to tell her which plate was hers in the oven for supper.
What are you having? Anything good?
It's Raymond's with pork, like a Korean barbecue style pork.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I gotta say, man, I really like the print that came with issue 9, where she's kind of like sitting and she's got her hair kind of pulled up. It's very lovely.
Oh, I know the one. Yeah, I wonder. There's a couple of those I want to get in. Actually, what's interesting about that is that comes from
that
slightly earlier. So look, sorry, I've just gone. Yeah, so that comes from there's a story in the I say there's a story. There's 2 pages of a sort of test story that's in the sketchbook. Some of the pages were, they're all different art styles, but this is the test story, which was, they had demons in it. It wasn't the right way round, but you see the way her hair there is up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something I was playing with in that, there's that, hang on, I'm going the wrong way, but there, there's something quite
right
cool
in the
about
top.
it. And I think that look needs to come back. I think I need to do some more with that.
Yeah, dude. Not just that look, man. I love those sample pages. I love your ink work, dude. It's really nice. I kind of would love to see you do a book with that look.
Do a B&G B&W.
Yeah.
P&G BMW.
Or call it
black and white. Yeah.
Or Blam and Glam Chrome.
Blam and Black or Blam and I don't know. Glam and Black and what? I don't know. Do a series of letters or.
Well, we've got, and I know we're going to do it in a little bit. We're going to do a little giveaway for one of the original ink pages. So in the collected editions, so either the hardback or the trade paperback, was those bonus story pages, wasn't there? The 8-page story.
Mm-hmm.
And so this page here, I'm trying not to do it. So this page here,
that's a nice page.
This one,
yeah.
That's like the manic. So that was done, instead of it being done in the painted style that I normally do, I did that one as an ink page. So we've got the black and white ink page here. It's an original ink page. It will have all the details written on the bottom. So it's the real inks, and we'll do that as a giveaway soon. So that way, one of the people here gets a chance to win that, which hopefully will be a cool thing.
And that's how it turned out in the book, the colors.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of inks, right? You guys did a really great show around Christmas where our good friend who passed away, Sam Blanchard, who we know as as an artist, Shlepzig, and he'd done a piece for me, which was amazing. It was a black and white piece, and I couldn't part with it. It was just stunning. I originally got it as a giveaway for someone, and it was so good I had to keep it. I'm glad I did, because I've got something to remember him by. But what we're going to do to help with that memory is we're going to scan this in. I'm going to turn it into an A5 black and white print. It's double-sided. On one side is the amazing drawing he's done. On the other side is a dedication to Sam. And also we're going to put in the link on the back that's to his family's GoFundMe page, because he passed away so sadly. I think it's important that we've got ways to carry on his legacy. And this original piece of art's going to stay with me. I can't let it go. But if we can share this piece in a form that people get for free, but anyone wants, if you're on the stream, please make a donation now. Otherwise, if you back physically and you get an A5 print of this, the details are on there as well. So, and that'll be more when the Kickstarter funds. But of course, anything people can do now to help, it's fantastic. But Sam was just amazing. I always remember his interviews were phenomenal. And you guys introduced me to Sam, which was really cool.
So Johnny just dropped the link for the GoFundMe if people want to help out Sam's family with because Sam was in the hospital and stuff, so they had medical bills and stuff like that. So that'll just help out his family tremendously. If anyone wants to, every little bit helps, right? It's not about how much it's just just to give a little goes a long way. So that's in the chats for you guys to
also in the description. Like if you're watching this later or whatever, please do think about donating. He was a great guy, and and his loving family joined us for our memorial show. So they good people, and Come on, people now.
I'm always inspired. I go back through Sam's stuff. I'm always inspired by his drawings, and you talk about inks. He could just do stuff with inks so quickly. He could do stuff so quickly, and it was just, I was amazed every time I saw him do it. So, I'm still trying to learn that from him. I hope it rubs off.
Yeah, he liked going straight ink to paper. He loved that.
Yeah, that's it. There was no pencils, but
no pencils.
But it just worked. But he just, he knew what he was going to produce, put it together. Great question there from Jonathan. Yes, the good thing when you choose that reward is it's a Blam Glam reward, but it can be a mashup. It could be a mixture. Somebody they wanted an ink drawing in the not Barbarella, but the other one. Miss Fuzzy Bridges. When you watch Shawshank Redemption and there's the poster on the wall, Raquel Welch from A Million Years BC or whatever which they refer to as what's behind Miss Fuzzy Bridges, and they pull it at one side and realize there's a hole. Somebody wanted an ink drawing. My interpretation of that as an ink drawing, so I did that. But yeah, if you want a mashup or something, or them in a certain way, the good thing is you just buy the reward. And then, when it comes to survey time, I would have reached out before and said, "What do you want?" And then we make it happen.
Cool.
So just working on the black and white sketch first.
Damn, look at that.
The pencil first. Really rough. I'm just going to quickly go in over, with some inks, and then hopefully make it better.
Cool.
Right on. Another one of your prints recently that I really liked was the one that came with the hardcover where she's in the red raincoat. That was just kind of adorable. The Morton Salt girl.
Was it the one that says
Rainy Day, I think, right?
Rainy Day, yeah. So originally Rainy Day was in the sketchbook. I think it's in the sketchbook. And I just wanted to bring it back and do something with it. So I think I just slightly updated it, which is quite cool. It's nice on some of that earlier stuff to bring it back and see, either how you update it. God, I'm actually liking this one. You guys keep telling me to do inks, and I'm really not sure half the time. But actually, I'm really enjoying this drawing. But yeah, Rainy Day was one of those interesting pieces which started out as an image on Kickstarter, just to see that the Kickstarter was progressing. It's when we would have to go through over a period of a day or 2 days or 3 days, we're at 80% or at 60, 80, and I did a different drawing. Whereas now we just do it in minutes, which is crazy. But yeah.
You also have a really cool get drawn in the comic perk for this campaign. You want to kind of tell people the cool design you have in mind for it?
Yeah, so people are in the comic. They come. What's interesting is like there's a reward to be in the comic, and what you get is, you guys have seen this. This is an example from a previous Kickstarter. To get an xHWGHx, a beautiful print of their page. You have all the details on the bottom. You know, we even do like the crop guides and things like that. So it feels like a real collector's item. And this is one person who was paid to be in the comic back when it was, I think, it's when we first introduced you into the comic, Joe. You know, he was one of the resistance fighters. And I always remember I did that panel where there's different resistance fighters are in, and I thought on the next two issues, I thought I'd want to do more than that, and so they all came back, and you came back as well, and some of them could be killed off, and I said, do you mind being killed off? And they're like, no, brilliant, as bloody and as gory as possible. So we did that. But the new one, if you've got there's a reference in the story in 9, and also it was in the 8-page bonus story. It's in the collector's edition, where you see one of the characters' sword is sticking out of Big Ben. And this makes sense. We're talking about the bell. Big Ben is actually the bell, not the tower. So sticking out of Big Ben, and people know the story, they'll know where it goes. And that sword, you know, it's time to follow legends. That sword in issue 10 is going to be a double page spread. Each page has 9 panels on, so it's going to be 18 panels where different people try to do the same thing. And if I say there's a sword stuck in something and different people try to do the same thing, I think you get where we're going. So that way you get your own moment to see if you're worthy. That's all we'll say on that for now.
Yeah, that's the story from the collected edition. That's the sword sticking out of the bell.
Yeah. I bet nobody in England knows what that alludes to. Nobody in England.
No.
Really. And actually, there's a little bit of because it's a different. Yeah, no one in England knows that. What's interesting is the bell is the sword and the bell is there in that drawing, but there's something weird that happens that I don't even talk about. But it's actually in a different place in the bell by the time you get to issue 9 and 10. So I'm sure somebody will say it's a continuity error, but I'll just say that they're both flying through the air at the time. So.
Well, but yeah, like Richard showed that big print that you get. He also packs his books that he sends out so fucking good, dude. Like we harp on this every time we talk to him, but like he has some of the best packaging. He doesn't just like, oh, I put it in a Gemini, so nothing can ever happen. No, man, this thing is in cardboard and cardboard and cardboard and cardboard with tape everywhere. It's quite the. I'm surprised he doesn't break himself.
You
just
have
packing implements alone, man. Like
you have to have good knives to get it open too.
Yeah,
yeah. That's the thing. We pack them in, so that stuff is all tight. You know, even every comic has to be bagged and boarded. You know, and then it's in the cardboard with the with the stuff.
Sometimes you even pack it with a corrugated plastic board too.
Yeah,
you're doing that for a little while. When you send the pages or the prints, often you do it that way.
Yeah, so anyone who gets the pages, and even the xHWGHx that we do, the A3s are, we do that sort of thing, just to make sure that it's all protected. Because there's nothing worse than you paid, for something really cool, and it just arrives damaged. It's just so the amount of times I've had a £500 piece of art that I've paid for, or a £400 piece of art, arrive in a jiffy bag. I'm not talking about any of the people I work with on the comic. They're all brilliant. I'm talking about somebody who, on something else on Instagram, I bought a phone. And to be fair, it arrived fine because it was on board. It was on like wooden board. But I still think that that's had impacts as it goes through. So that eventually the paint will start cracking. It should have been done properly. But, to spend that much and it comes through there. The least, but yeah, I just want to make sure. Go on.
Kickstarter fools have been getting skimped too. The past couple, I've gotten a couple recently that have literally just been the comic in a Gemini. They didn't bag it and board it, and like I'm paying $15 plus shipping for your books, and that's on the slim end of a lot of these books. And you're not going to give me a 10-cent bag and board, like.
That's
Or
that's the least you can do. Do you know what I mean? It's bag and board it, and then ship in something protective. You know, yeah, exactly. You're right. It's frustrating, and we just want people to get something really cool.
Yeah. You don't got to
Okay.
worry about none of that with Richard.
Glamalera cover. There you go.
I know, Jay. I'm up for that. Yeah, if you go for that, I think you will. Then that's what I'm going to do. Right. So there's our ink sketch. Just a
Cool.
very quick piece.
That is badass, dude.
Mhm.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of Lady Death.
Yeah,
A little
cool.
bit, yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, cool. I think I'm starting to find my ink faces. Do you know what I mean? Like if I go, what's my style? Like that sort of style to the face. I think you start to recognize as
I think
well.
especially with female characters, less
Yeah.
is more. You know what I mean?
And
Yeah.
yeah, you kind of got the whole 90s early Image Comics kind of look to her face there. Kind of Frank Millery too, now that I think about it. Like
That's
Sin
cool.
City era.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for that. I'm just looking for something to. There you go. I have so many different types of bags here. You know, A5 ink goes straight in a cellophane. Even t-shirts. I've even got t-shirt bags for stuff as well. So, right. So yeah, whenever we want to do a draw, we can do a draw for this.
Yeah, that's sounds like a plan. Let's see.
So we're currently up to.
What are we at?
So we're up to 46 backers. We're at 1,500. So we're at 150% funded.
Okay, I got to add some numbers to the.
And then we got to take off 19, haven't we?
Oh, it
automatically comes off the wheel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So 46 backers. And like I said, anyone who wants to go check, you go into where it says you're a backer. You hit that blue button, and then your page will come up for manage. You hit the manage button, and under your name, you'll have your backer numbers, so you can check it out there if you want to know which number you are. Yeah. There we go. So 46.
Okay, that's the total count?
Yeah, that's the total count as of right now.
Okay, cool. 46.
Oh, it went out to 47.
47. Oh,
All
no.
right.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Are you going to let them in, Johnny? Or are you just cutting it off?
No, I put 47 in.
47, you're going to let 47 in? And remember, to get the prize, you gotta stay a backer, right? If you cancel your pledge, you're not getting anything. So
yeah, we'll give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to go?
Yeah. 47. Well, 45 technically, because 19 already won something.
And 45.
45.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. That's Kurt Johansson. And actually, Kurt, what's interesting is back to digital, so they'll still get it shipped to them free of charge. So it was 45, yeah?
Yeah, 45. Kurt, that's a good name. I like that name.
That's a cool name, isn't it?
Kurt Johansson, yeah.
Yeah, he's in a Swedish black metal band or death metal band, one of the two.
And then we still got some of these available. So there's 2 of figure 3 still available.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot I had some of those left over. The light's not doing any favors. Yeah. And then there's 1 of figure 4, which is where she changed up a little bit. What's interesting is I always go by, this is like Star Wars, right? If you know your Star Wars lore, it's like, what was the first numbers? Was it a 12 back was Star Wars? And then it got to so this one is a free, but this one is, I've got to do it the right way around. This one is a free back because it was the 3rd figure. Whereas this one is the 4 back because it's the 4th one. And anyone who got the very first figure, they've got 1 backs, and anyone who got the second one, they got 2 backs. So it just makes it a little bit collectible. So we've got some of those still available.
Cool. Do you still do figures for each issue?
Kinda. It's not necessarily new ones. It might be some because it takes quite a lot to develop them. So I think I normally do a couple of the painted by me. So these ones are painted by Retro Gimmick, who makes the figures. Retro Gimmick is who I know from Instagram. And so he does pretty much like a Star Wars sort of traditional vintage figure paint, which is like quite basic, simple things. And then I'll do more of an in-depth one. They'll be individually numbered for when I paint them. I've got one I'm working on over there, but I don't want to move it in case it falls, in case I lose a part. And in here, that'll be lethal. But with that, it then goes into it gets into a blister, and then we stick a little number so we know which one it is. And
Are
it
you
goes
still?
into one of,
Are you still hand painting them?
yeah, that's what I mean. For the ones by me, I'm still hand painting them. So this time we're offering one of these ones as this is the standard painting, but we're also offering this as a I'll paint it. So if someone goes for that, then I'll go for it and do it. And that way it's got a little bit more detail on it, and also it's my approach.
Do you number it by hand when you do the hand painted ones, like on the packaging? Do you like?
No, unfortunately
number
not.
I use it or something.
Yeah, okay. I use one of those. I signed them, so most people.
Oh, you sign them. Okay, gotcha.
But what I do is I put on a little block silver number.
Oh, there
and
you
then
go.
Out of each one, they know that if someone's got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the most we've had hand painted by me was 5. 1 point.
5,
so there was 5 of figure 1. I think it was. But yeah, it's quite cool.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Those figures, man, they're pretty cool. I like it. Who makes the figures for you again?
It's xHWGHx. So he's the one I
Gimmicks?
found. I think I can't remember if I found xHWGHx from not Matt King. Matt King's the artist. No, it is Matt King.
Yeah,
the writer for
the writer. No, it is Matt King. Yeah, I think I got it from Matt King. Sorry, the artist is somebody else. I think I got it from Matt King when he was doing his Tales of Enlightenment, and I think he pointed me towards someone. Oh no, it wasn't Matt King actually. No, it was oh my brain! I'm getting so old. Oh, is that with me? I know Pat O'Malley.
Oh yes, Pat. Yeah,
because Pat did a figure for
Pinky.
Pop Scars. Yeah,
for Pop Scars for Pinky, and I think he did 2. He did one with Something Brothers, and he did one with xHWGHx. And I got in touch with xHWGHx. We've done 4 so far. At some point, I'd like to do the demon figure, but I think the blister would have to be a lot taller. It'd be like having Chewbacca in the blister.
I like the new introduction of the new like, I don't know if it's the demon or the you have in the background here of this one. You get a little they're a little hazy in this image, but you have them in the back there with like the
the mechas. That's the
mechas,
the 6-eyed mechas. Yeah,
I love those. I love the design of those. It's so cool. It almost has like a xenomorph kind of look with the helmets and stuff.
Yeah. That's it. It's got you that sort of thing. And the way I try to do it is the 6 lines, because it represents 6 eyes. Like the machines are, 2 big lines and then 4 lines like a cross coming in.
Yeah.
And then when you see the demons themselves, they have 6 eyes, which are really randomized. They're all different size eyes and in different configurations, but always below the mouth. But the idea is that each of the lines represents a technological version of the person with the eyes inside. But it's like they're a bit like an expression. So when they're shocked, the lines come apart. So they're startled. It's like someone's eyes gone wide. So even though there's 6 eyes, they sort of almost orbit the front of that unit. So it's not always in the same. It might be like, so it comes apart wider and then tighter when it's focusing. I'd love to make one of those as a, if you think like with that scale, it'll probably be the size of a Millennium Falcon or something. No, it'll be bigger. It'll probably be the size of an AT-AT.
Or the Rancor.
Or the Rancor, or the size of the Rancor.
Yeah, and they seem more like, here's the page there where you have him there, and then you have her facing. Stupid mic's in the way. Right here, and that's where I find you get like that xenomorph pose and everything.
Yeah,
with the helmet, and then you get a nice shot there from the side with the design on the helmet. That's like a target, like this one here.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. Then you see they're shooting, but it's going ping, 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 which usually isn't a good sign for the people who are shooting at it. king usually means it's not penetrating, right? So
Yeah.
they seem more menacing than the demons, right?
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, it's because the demon heads are inside.
Yeah.
You know, they are these armored things, and you know,
Yeah.
when you go back to issue 1, it's only when because Glam has that relationship with Blam, right?
Mhm.
No one can talk to Blam. Blam's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. He just goes blam 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 blam. But when she talks to him, she talks to him, but actually she uses sounds. So there's that bit where she's going in the first bit where she's jumping, and it goes and it actually goes I'm a piercing activated. And then when she shoots, it goes bang for it. Or when she makes different noises, like she'll go kablooey, and it'll go grenades activated. You know, and he'll stop talking as like blam blam, and he'll just go. You know, it's like he's a malfunctioning gun, and he's triggered by sound. You know, because I think she's gone shh before, and he goes, you know, like silencer mode or something.
Silencers.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You know, so I always quite like that because Benny first has him in his hand, and then he just fires standard rounds. He can't get it to change. He goes, "It's a bit broken." And she's like, "Yeah, I can talk to him." You know, she sort of knows. But yeah, that's the thing I quite like about the gun.
Talking about Blam, and you mentioned Pat O'Malley. Like he had replicas made of Pinky's axe. I was wondering if you had any mind to maybe mold, because you do molding too, molding like a replica of Blam. That could be a pretty cool.
That would be really good. I'd love to get some of those made. Do you know what I mean? And then you got the red square, which would have to do with an LED, which either responds to. You know, you'd have to get him made, and then we'd have to have him go, blam blam. And then occasionally, you know, it'd be great if there's like a one-off one where you do make the noises, psh, or kablooey, or you know, or whatever, and he goes, and then all of a sudden the really professional voice kicks in, you know, because he's kind of like this cute thing. But yeah, I think it'd be really cool. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see someone do the cosplay.
Yeah.
You know. And when I say the cosplay, they don't have to do issue 1 cosplay or even the pink one. You can see there. She's got a number of outfits they can choose from. You know, just rock up with a plus or a minus or a circle on here. You know, something shiny, and it'll be cool.
What would be funny is like just throw people for a loop. You get like what's his name, Godfrey, do the voice of the gun.
Godfrey, who's that?
Yeah, the guy. What's his name?
Gilbert
Did the parrot, Gilbert Godfrey. You know, you have him. Like that, you're like, what the fuck? That'd be funny. Like people would totally not expect it, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that. That's the thing, because I hear the voice. I write them, and I go, "This is the sort of voice," and then I go, "I don't know what it actually sound like." You know, I don't know. Like Benny and Jet, they're sort of streetwise sort of kids, really. You know, and they're London. You know, Monarch is. I don't know if Monarch is northern or something. I'm not too sure. You know, like what's interesting is Monarch is a interesting character. In terms of where she comes from, and I mean, I'm inspired by music, right? And if you guys ever heard the KLF, right? So the KLF were massive here in the late 80s and 90s, and they did Justified and Ancient. They did Last Train to Transcentral and 3 a.m. Eternal, which was they're phenomenal. And in Last Train to Transcentral is a train, and it has the KLF written on it, and I love that. There's a reference to that in the comics as well, but you know, it depends on if you see it. But when you see the music video for Last Train to Transcentral, they're running up and down the stage as everything's going crazy, and there's a little bit of one of the main people from the band that inspires the look. You know, who's a guy that inspires the look of Monarch. And it's sort of like, I don't know if there's sort of like a northern character. I'm not sure. I don't know what to put with with the voices, but yeah, it's mad. You know, I'd have to work with someone to work out if we ever did an animation version what the voices should be. No idea.
Yeah, I kind of forget that she's supposed to be British most of the time.
do you read it in an American accent?
I kind of do, man. My bad.
I always remember like Star Wars was the thing where it's like all the Americans are the goodies and the British guys are either the old wise British guys or they're the baddies. You know?
Yeah. Well, that was classic. That was classic war films too, man. If you watch like a lot of the old ones with like Telly Savalas in it, like British people have always played the Nazis. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I can picture Kate Blanchett doing the voice of Glam.
Yeah, that I think she'd have a great voice for it. I'm trying to think who would actually play her, and I think I've seen like Atomic Blonde. I think that's there's a slight sort of
Charlize Theron.
But I mean she'd be cool, but I don't know who it'd be now because it needs to be somebody a little bit younger. Do you know?
Yeah, because it's an action oriented role.
Samara Weaving would be good. Or what's her name? Anya Taylor-Joy. She was really good as Furiosa. Like she's not curvy.
Yeah.
Or not super. That's the thing. Like there's not too many full figure women running around.
You know who? She's too old now, but the young version is what's her name from what's it called? That soccer one on Apple. Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
What's her name? The manager, the owner of the club.
Yeah.
If she were younger, I'd be like, I could totally see her doing it.
No, she could do it now.
Yeah, she's a full-figured woman. She's beautiful.
Hannah, she's amazing.
Yeah, I could totally see her in the role, but I don't know how old is she now. She might, maybe she'd have to. Yeah,
I think because there's something like because Glam has this old look to her, but she's slightly younger, and I think actually Hannah would get away with it because I think it's more about the attitude.
Yeah.
How about
Kate Beckinsale? She's getting up there in age, but she's still really good in the action films and still very lovely. She's short though. Like Glam always kind of seems tall.
Yeah, that's why the girl from Ted Lasso, she's
very tall.
She's tall. She's imposing. Yeah.
There's like a Glam has this sort of confidence as well, and Hannah's one for that character. Rebecca is the name of the character in Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, yeah.
I think she's very commanding, and I don't think that's Glam. But of course she play a different character, so she can play it different ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting because there's a little bit of a because Glam doesn't remember who she is. There's a little bit of a naivety to her, but at the same time, there's a worldly wise bit that she's tapping into that seems to be coming from all sorts of places, which is cool. Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
Should we do another draw?
Yes, sir.
If you're already
ready. We're up to 54, 55.
Should we do the big one we're talking about, which is the A3 original ink page?
55.
It's actually now up to 55 now. Yeah.
Okay.
We're at 55 backers. Yeah. Make sure there's no last minute stragglers getting in there. No, 55. Going once, going twice. 55. So for the first 55 backers.
Oh, you said go on 55. It's 55.
Why? There's another one added on?
Yeah, just as you said it went to 56.
Oh, so they got in right under the 56.
Yeah,
56. Okay, cool. All right, so it could be 56.
All right, so we have 56 backers, and we're gonna spin that wheel to see who wins the original page from the short story that was added into the collected edition. $47.
47. Okay, let's see who that is. 47.
47. So 47 wins the original page from the short story that was added.
Wow, that's another one. So
collected edition.
So it looks like 47 is Dwayne Warnicki, and again they bought a digital only, so they're getting a quite a nice thing. So it's 47, yeah. getting quite a nice thing.
47, yes.
Or just back in the PDF. It's quite cool.
Jodie
Jodie Comer.
Yeah.
Jonathan's on the ball there. Jodie Comer will be fantastic. You've seen Killing Eve, haven't you?
I've seen. I've never watched the whole thing, but I've seen. Yeah, I started watching it, and then I think it was on Crave, and I canceled my Crave, so I wasn't able to watch
she's
the whole
brilliant
thing.
in it.
That's the one with what's her name? The co-star is Michelle Wu.
No, it's Michelle O, isn't it?
Oh, that's it, Michelle O. Yeah.
And she's amazing. You know, Michelle O is fantastic in it as well.
I've heard the series is great. You know,
yes, it's really, and I think they did 2 seasons, which is just insane. Have you guys been watching Landman?
No, what is that?
Oh,
it's a spin-off of Yellowstone, right?
No, it's by the same writer. I mean, I don't know if it's in the same universe. I'm not sure, but it's by the same writer, and it is. Oh, what's his name?
Lou Diamond Phillips, right?
No.
Landman. That's running now. This is new.
Landman. Yeah. It's Billy Bob Thornton, right? And a landman. I mean, you guys know. So this is set in Texas.
Let's see then.
Oh no, Texas, Mexico. No, it's Mexico, isn't it?
Because Billy Bob is in the 1883 season of the Yellowknife spinoff.
Yeah.
He plays the sheriff of a town, right? So.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, in Landman, it's set modern day, and he is the guy who goes in and negotiates rights. And you know it's good from the first scene. I'm not going to spoil it. The first scene, he is so fucking good in this.
Oh, you got John Hamm.
Yeah. Oh, John Hamm. Yeah.
Demi Moore is in brilliant. It. Wow. Mark Coley, I know him. Michelle Randolph. That sounds familiar.
I think Michelle Randolph, is she the one from one of the films When They Die?
Oh, she's in the 1923 spinoff of Yellowknife. She plays. Okay, yeah, that's.
Oh no, Michelle Randolph isn't the one I'm thinking of. Hang on a sec. So Landman, the one who plays the Landman's wife. She's brilliant. Ali Larter.
Okay, yeah, Ali Larter. She was in the Resident Evil movies. Yeah, she played Claire Redfield. Nice, bud.
And Final Destination as well. Yeah.
Legally Blonde. What else? Final Destination.
But I tell you, Billy Bob is the scene stealer. He absolutely, and he's playing a character, smoking coffee, drinking coffee, just, not got the best diet, not got the best lifestyle either. But you're just hooked. Mm-hmm. It's so good. You got to see it. It's on Russ is on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
I haven't seen her in a while, but like Ali Larter, if you did make Glam a Yankee, like she'd have been pretty good. She could be a pretty good Glam. She's got and she's really good at action. I always thought she was pretty good.
Maybe she could probably pull off an accent. Maybe.
Yeah, she'd be able to do it. Yeah. I think she could still do the role now. I think there's something interesting that because I draw Glam a certain way, but she could be older. The good thing is because of the story we know about her so far, there's an oldness to her. I don't mean like there's a wiseness to her.
Wisdom,
yeah.
Wisdom.
Well, I mean, she's got a daughter, and I always read her like she was mid-30s, like 30, maybe 37 at the oldest.
She's 48 now. What a daughter? Because Ali's 48.
Okay.
Yeah, Eric's saying the best show right now. It's brilliant. Get to the last episode, and it was just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it. We've been watching the spin-offs there of Yellowstone. 1883 was good. 1923, it's.
Which was the one that had Harrison Ford and
1923 and Helen Mirren.
Yeah, that one looked interesting.
Oh wow, that should be good.
Yeah, it's okay, but I preferred the I'm not a big country fan, so like Faith Hill and Tim McGraw didn't really do much for me. But man, they weren't bad. They were pretty good actors. I mean,
Tim McGraw, the Indian outlaw, was in there. I'm an Indian outlaw.
Him and his wife, they play a couple on the 1883 one, and they were pretty good. Yeah.
That fucking dude. Every time I see him to this day, I fucking can't take him seriously because of that song, man.
No, I think he seems like a pretty goofy guy from what I in
Yeah, I
interviews
hear
and
he's a
stuff like that.
stoner. I
Yeah.
hear like he's always getting high. So like, I
Yeah, his
guess
wife's
man.
yeah. They have that dynamic in the show too, where she kind of gets on his case. Yeah.
That was a movie though, right? Or was that a show?
No, it was a series. Yeah, it was a series. It's before. It's like where they find the. It's like leading up to how they found the land where they started the ranch from the original series, right? So
Yeah, man,
yeah.
I would not want to be the people that found Wyoming. I've been there in the modern day, and it's fucking terrifying and cold and windy.
Yeah.
Like I hate to be like the first, like at least white folks to like show up and be like, yeah, this is where we want to live. Like,
yeah, they do the elements and everything. There's one where they have to cross rivers and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's rough. Like, anyway, if you watch it, they have because basically the story is they're helping a bunch of Dutch settlers find something, and a lot of them don't know how to swim, so they have to cross the river, and like a bunch of them drown and stuff like that. And yeah,
anybody that says that like we don't have enough room for all the people that live in the United States ain't never been to Wyoming. There's lots of fucking room up there still.
Yeah. 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 So yeah, land. What was it called again?
Landman.
Landman. Okay.
Yeah.
Got that. Billy Bob. Yeah, I like Billy Bob.
Sounds like a Jeff Johns comic though. Landman.
Fuck's sake. Fucking Johnny. There's Johnny's dig at Jeff Johns. Johnny's dig of the day. That's two. What was it before? You'd always take. There's something else you used to take. Was it Jim Lee? Okay, yeah. And I was like, oh, we almost made it through an episode, but no. Johnny got it in right at the last minute. Yeah.
What was it? A Jim Lee? What was it talking about? Jim Lee?
Johnny's gonna forever hate Jim Lee for selling Wildstorm to DC.
Yeah. I have nothing against his art or like him as a person. I hear he's a wonderful guy, but like as a businessman and like a dude that, I don't want to talk about it on air again. But like, I don't need to get on that soapbox. Damn it, Joe.
Yeah. Well, it's because you've been on the Jeff Johns.
Yeah,
Jeff Johns. A couple days there because you're talking about.
Well,
no, your new thing is Image selling toys thing. That's your new thing. So that's why. What's his name?
McFarlane.
No, just selling toys like IPs. Like GI Joe, Transformers. Like Johnny's they're not actually looking to make comics anymore. They're just looking for licensed toy products to make comics of. Yeah.
Well, they're pushing it heavily. They're pushing it more than their actual like original books, and I don't know. I find it a little kind of sad that they're doing that.
Yeah, because what do they have? They have GI Joe. They have Transformers. Well, it's a lot of it is all on Kirkman, right? Kirkman's Skybound.
Yeah, that's because he's going in through. Yeah, so it's not so much Image; it's more he's choosing to do it, and that's because it's that thing is that if you apply to Image. And they reject you. Then the other industry people, they can't even. I think it's the thing where they won't even get in touch with you unless you get in touch with them. So it might Top Cow always does Sunstone and fine print with Stavern, which is brilliant. But I think that's there's a number of people go through Top Cow, which is Mark Silvestri.
Yeah,
is a Kirkman.
Well, I think it's because Silvestri gave Sayek his first really big break. The first time I saw Sayek's art and fell in love with it, he was doing Artifact, which was like the big crossover thing with Silvestri's characters and Cyberforce and the Darkness and Witchblade and Witchblade, right? Yeah, all of them kind of crossing over together.
Yeah, it's a great way to get in. I mean, I was watching videos of Sajik do some of the fine print stuff. And he works in Photoshop. He's now working in another program as well, but still mainly works in Photoshop. And the way he does it, I just look at it and I'm just amazed. He does this drawing, and I'm like, how did that appear? He's so cool at doing it. You know, I'd love to have seen a process video for the pink cover for Blam Glam.
And the other thing is like how his wife can draw exactly like him. Like I can't tell them apart. Like
I tell you what, right? But also with the 3D models he makes, the 3D models look exactly like his drawings, right? You look at it and you go, it's not just there's the character. You look at it and go, he's made that, and it's in that style. Like if I was to make Blam Glam in 3D, it'd be a mess. I don't know what you would do in 3D because it'd be like bits of the faces coming off, you know, the hair's going crazy, doesn't know what day it is, you know, Donald Trump, you know,
Donald Trump hair.
Just, you know, but I look at the 3D and I go, that looks exactly what you're doing.
There's a horrifying image is Donald Trump dressed in a Blam Glam outfit. Ooh,
oh, don't.
Scary. That is scary.
I'm a very sexy man.
Blam Glam. No one blams as good as I blam. My blam's the blammiest blam.
The 6-eyed robots, they're very unfair. They come after me all the time.
We have the best robots.
We just love the robots, don't we, folks?
We thought we had it bad over here with Boris Johnson, and his crazy hair. You know, you imagine those two in the room. The hair's talking as the two guys are talking to each other as well. Hello, what should I have for dinner today? I don't know. The best burger ever. I don't know.
Man, I don't know what's going on with the world, but we're not evolving anymore. We're devolving as far as I'm concerned. So
yeah, I mean, like honestly, bring out the satanic robots already.
Yeah, because wasn't that yesterday, Johnny? The inauguration?
Yeah.
Was it yesterday? Yeah,
it was yesterday.
Yeah, because the Elon stuff made the rounds today, I think.
Yeah, his salute.
Salute.
What a guy.
God.
He did the Nazi salute pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's I don't even know if he knows what day of the week it is. So
no, from what I understand,
did he know what century he was in? You know, when he did
exactly.
I mean, that is a valid point. From what I understand, he takes ketamine on a regular basis, unprescribed. So he's always on the special K, from what I understand.
Yeah, he's. You look at him; he doesn't live in the same world as everyone else. Like not because of his wealth or anything. I think just in his head.
And then he could be just so funny to laugh at, like that shit that he did last week, where he tried to pretend that he was the best player at this one video game, and then like he tried to play it live on stream, and like he didn't know how to do anything in it. So like all the people that played the game called him out, and he's like just saying that they're haters, and he took away their check marks and stuff like that. What a fucking guy.
Such a child. He's such. He and Trump are both children. This is. It's like. Anyway, it's being led by children. I mean,
you did something mean to me. I'll take it away.
You said, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you hurt my feelings. But I guess that's the world today. You can't do anything or say anything without hurting someone's feelings, and then they whine about it. And anyway, it's just as much. Yeah, it's not just one. It's everybody. It's not a specific group of people. It's everybody. Everybody's like that now. Everyone's so fucking soft now. It makes me sick to my stomach.
And I mean, like Blam Glam started out pseudo political too. I mean, like you had those Boris Johnson. I think he still pops up every now and then in the issues.
He does, and actually, and it's an unresolved thing as well. So what's quite interesting is when you read 10 and you go, oh, hang on a minute.
Oh, you're going, it's his head on a giant spider. His head on a giant spider.
I gotta see some head lopping in the next issues.
I tell you what, right? It's interesting you said that. It's not on a giant spider, and it's not necessarily what you bet. Because I've had this image in my head since I first drew him on the podium, right? So I'll just let you wait and see. You won't see it in 10. You'll see it in
Okay, cool.
11 or 12. I'm trying to remember it because the thing is, right? So just for Christmas, I wrote an outline for all the last issues, like like 9, 10, 9 to 16. And it's funny because as I'm writing them properly, I then go back through and start writing them properly. I'm now changing up certain things and mixing up certain things. But like so some of it will change, but I know what that thing's going to be when we come across the Prime Minister next, because his name's Ivan Thompson, but which is really Boris Johnson. Ivan Thompson, Boris. But yeah, I know where that's going. But it was funny because I was having to think about something the other day to do with the sword, and I was like, oh, I need to do that, right? Not the thing that's coming up. There's something else that happens with the sword, and I'm like, oh, that's something I've always been like, and it's something to do with like toys and stuff growing up as a kid, and I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do with the sword next. So there's gonna be a couple things that happen, but you let that stuff happen. And I sent the copy to Boris. No, he's read it. He loves it.
Yeah.
I mean, people just love the attention, right? Like, look at Trump. That's all he wants. That's why he says the stupid shit he says every day. There's a day doesn't go by where he doesn't say something stupid on socials to provoke people to stir that pot, right? He just wants the attention regardless of what the attention is, right? I mean,
Boris Johnson read Blam Glam, and like a proper chav, he set it down and said, "It were good." It were good, bruv, in it.
Have you ever seen the is somebody and Armstrong and Miller comedy show, which is it's a very British thing. And
I don't think I've ever seen an episode. Yeah,
but do a search on YouTube afterwards, and they do RAF pilots, 1940s, black and white, right? But these two guys talk as if they're talking street speak. You get me, blood? And it's like that sort of thing, but in a posh accent, talking to each other. So somebody comes in and goes, "Hey, you pranked by kites," and they're like, "Can you understand what he speaks?" "No, I have no understand. It's like some sort of weird street speak." So you think, "Yeah, I think so, blood." And it's that sort of thing they're doing off each other, and it's just funny because it's in the wartime setting, I'm like, yeah, break it out, but delivered as proper tough British,
Mm-hmm.
I learned most of my like chav slang from the show Phone Shop. Did you ever see that?
Bone Shop.
Phone Shop. It was like literally about these guys that sell cell phones. It's like a goofy, like British sitcom. It's one of the funniest fucking shows I've ever seen, though, man. Like the comedy duo in it, like I forget their names, but like they were great.
I'm looking at the picture of those. So those two guys I know, but I didn't watch Phone Shop.
It's
That's
also
funny.
got the guy that played man, what's his name? He did the crank shows, the really funny Asian.
Yeah, who did Phone Jacker?
Yeah.
Oh no, was it
Phone
him?
Jacker, yeah, exactly.
See, Phone Jacker is genius.
Yeah, Christopher something. Like, yeah, he's.
Oh no! Hang on.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not Phone Jacker I'm thinking of. Oh, Phone Jacker. Phone Jacker is oh no, yeah, Caven Novak.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, he was in that as well. Yeah. Yeah. It's not Chris. Yeah, it's Caven Novak. Yeah, it was him. He was. Yeah, he was.
Oh, he plays in
Four Lions. If you've ever seen that movie.
No, What We Do in the Shadows. He's the plays like that head vampire guy.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. He has long hair with the beard. What's his name? Oh shit, I can't remember what his character's name is. And
he plays
Vlad. No. What's his name?
Nandor.
Yeah, Nandor. That's
Nandor.
It. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right. He was in Four Lions as well.
Yeah,
he's pretty
funny.
He's
pretty funny. Yeah.
He's really funny in Four Lions. Like I don't know, like if I should recommend that movie nowadays, but like, oh, dude, it's one of the funniest comedies I've seen, dude. Like, but the subject matter, it might offend, but it's Asians making Asian jokes. You know what I mean? Like,
So we had a fantastic series here in the late 80s, 90s called Goodness Gracious Me, and it was all Asian comedians, and they were fantastic. You know, they're like staple, and it was always taking a look at British culture and taking a look at Indian culture and the way it comes together. And one of the best things, one of the funniest things I remember them saying was it was different people discussing, like English or American people, and they say they're Indian, right? So they'll go like somebody like they would say John Trevindram, which is really John Travolta, and they go Indian, and they go why? He goes like, you know, this like really crazy 1970s white suit now, you know, or they'll go Superman, Christopher Reed, and they'll go Indian. And I go, what? And I go, because it's NHS specs and he has his dark hair and all this stuff. And they just go through a series of those things, claiming he was. It was just funny. I loved it.
Great concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
There. So how many more giveaways do we have left?
I think that's it at the moment. Yeah, I think I've run out of some things. I'm trying to think if in my box of tricks, if there was anything like from previous covers that somebody might. Let's have a look. Nothing there. I could do another drawing. Let's do another drawing. Let's round off with a drawing.
Damn. Okay. Cool beans. I didn't win the last one, so like, yeah. I like that last one.
And what are you doing with the Shlepzig thing? You're doing a print again, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna do, you know, so there'll be bonus things that we do as we do stretch goals. Once I set those up. But the Shlepzig piece is going to be, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna scan this in and give any physical backer, you know, they'll get a free A5 print of this. Nice. And then on the reverse, we'll put the dedication to Shlepzig, to Sam, and also the link to the thing. Also inside the cover of issue 10, we're going to do a little dedication to Sam there as well. So. Dedication.
So all physical backers will get what exactly is it? You're using that as a stretch goal, or is that
no? It'll be everyone gets one of those. I think regardless of stretch goals, I think his art needs to be shared. Do you know what I mean? And also, you know, from that, hopefully, it'll inspire them to back on the page as well.
Cool. So,
sorry, not to back Kickstarter. I mean to back the GoFundMe.
The GoFundMe for his family, exactly, which is in the description and in the chats as well. So. All the more reason for people to back physical, because that's a beautiful piece that Shlepzig,
that's one for the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's
for
a good cause.
Blown away when he did that. Like when he did that, it was just brilliant.
Yeah, he did that when we had the video for you. I think that was for the first launch party we did for you, right? For issue 7.
No, well, I think it was a second one. No.
It wasn't the first time we had Richard on, but I think it was the first launch party we did for him.
Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was the first launch. Matt and Adrian and them made videos for Richard.
Yeah.
And Sam's was just him drawing that, like going ape, you know, like he did.
He could just make that stuff look like, you know, because he knows how to draw that stuff. He could just make it look easy. And I was like, you know.
Yeah, he knew the cheat codes, kind of.
Yeah, I remember when he did the fisheye view.
Yeah, when we were live.
Adrian.
Oh, yeah, that's just...
They're like, what the fuck? Like, Adrian's like, I'm going to quit drawing now. Aaron, too, he was like, ugh. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see what how's the campaign. Well, I mean, it's pretty consistent. I mean, the best you did, I think, was the final issue for right 8. I think you got what? You got up to 400 backers for that one. That was a great
Yeah,
turnout for that
like
one.
the number of backers on that was phenomenal. Do
Yeah,
know
you
what I mean?
got just over 400, which is great. Yeah, you always get close to 3, so like, hopefully you get over 3 this time.
You've already doubled your goal at 62 backers. So this is a really cool, really good running campaign. I'm not sure compared to the others. They all seem to go really, really smooth like this. Really.
Well, I think it's gotten to the point where you have your readership, and it's from campaign to campaign. It might fluctuate slightly, but I mean, you have your following, and they come out and support. So, I mean, I'm sure, like we have Jonathan here, who's here every time.
Jonathan is always here. Do you know what I mean?
Every time he's here. Every time we have you on, he's here in the chats, chatting it up. Yeah,
and Jonathan's in the UK. I was just trying to work out where, so that if I'm ever get to do, I'm going to apply for Comic-Con this year. I'm going to try and apply for Comic-Con this year.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll get it because it's curated, so you have to meet the criteria, and because there's always lots of people, there's a chance you may not get anything.
No, if you do go, do you know anyone that kind of could pull off Blam? Have them come with you, and people could take pictures. With
that. I mean, that'd be
Glam
amazing.
live.
Yeah.
Glam. Yeah. That would be pretty cool.
I would. Yeah. I mean, that would be phenomenal. Just trying to work out this pose. I've got most of the drawing.
Because I think, speaking of Pat, I think he found someone to dress up as Pinky for.
Yeah, he did
something he did one time, which was pretty cool.
I thought he said he dressed up. That was him. That was him. Or was he joking? Because when we had him on, he said that was him in the thong and everything.
He was, yeah.
But he could have been joking. Pat's a pretty wild guy, but something made me believe him because he seemed that confident of a guy that he would put that outfit on, though.
But there's somebody he's got to do it. He did get someone to do it. I remember that because I'm sure they did a cover for it.
Yeah, here, just recently. New Year's.
Hey, Ivy. Ivy Runner got in there first. So Ivy Runner is number 1 backer on this time. I've actually sent stuff to Heavy Metal when they did on Twitter. They were saying about issue 1. I backed issue 1. And they said, hey, if you're an artist, tag in your stuff, and I did. And people were saying, it could be cool, but I haven't heard anything back. I'd also talked to Penthouse Comics before, and I said, I'm interested in doing stuff, and I've said to anyone who's got a really cool like female lead character on an Image comic, if it's a one shot or whatever, I'd happily do a free cover for one of those, just to get something in that sort of print. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's a really cool comic, I'd love to do something for someone. Thing is, it's always the lead times. There's always a long time for that. So I'm hoping to, get in through one of these. From maybe it's even, some of the people that we pull in to do the pink covers. There might be something at some point. Would be cool. But yeah, I'm happy to do one for someone free of charge.
Eric saying he owes you a reply on Heavy Metal.
Who does?
Eric.
Oh, that's because Eric knows some people. So Eric is a really cool guy, right? We've met up a couple of times. He's been backing since the beginning, and he knows lots of people in the industry. So when we go around Comic-Con, he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, he knows all these cool people. So that's all I can say. Eric is a super cool guy, and he knows his stuff about comics. Collects amazing, amazing stuff. he's so cool.
So on your campaigns, like what's the biggest market for you? Like who buys most of your books? The
It's
US or England or Europe?
it's US.
US.
Even if you combine Europe into one, it's the US. US is it's easily the biggest market. Lots of people order from now. And I was amazed as well when we did collector's edition. Loads of those were going out to America as well. Even people who'd already previously bought the comics, were in on the collector's edition and all the bonus stuff. They loved it. Yes, it's America. I mean, so Jonathan here is saying he's Northern Ireland, which is the UK, but it's you have to get on a ferry and skip across. But mate, if you ever visit London, Jay, let me know and we'll hook up. We'll go for a drink.
Cool. Yeah. So US. I wonder if that's because of your main character. I don't know if that applies.
Probably.
If it appeals more to US guys than
I think so.
Than the
So
British
I'm just working on that. I think it's it probably is actually. It's probably there's something appealing in the nature of it.
Which is funny because if you think about it, there's a lot of European comics that have pretty badass female leads in their stories too. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like that could be a pretty cool market for you to try to break into. See if you could get it translated to French, and see if you could get it like put in European stores in a hardcover. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, because I'd tried talking to people at Titan, who are the publishers over here.
Yeah,
who they own Forbidden Planet, and I remember me and Eric was talking about stuff. And he was saying, yeah, there's some publishers you need to be reaching out to in Europe. Because that sort of thing would work better, and I think it might be something that I need to look into.
I don't know what it costs to get a good translator. I don't know what the
well, the way the American comics market makes it seem, it's got to be like more expensive than buying Twitter. I don't know, because like they barely do it. They act like it's the hardest thing to do, and it's not easy. Like I told you, I bought like a bunch of French graphic novels and I tried to use Google Translate to read them. Didn't fucking work. But but I think that like you just get you get one person to sit down, write down with the direct translation, then you maybe have somebody else go through it and make it colloquial to the native language that you're translating it to, and then proofread it.
Yeah, it's always the thing to do with translations is you translate it and then you back translate it, and you make sure the back translation makes sense. I've worked on I've had people that tell me when they worked on campaigns for like a British advertising campaign that's going to run in the Far East, and they've had it translated. They've had something that's quite cool translated to a different to Chinese, and then back translated it, and then the back translation was so good it then became the English campaign. So it's quite a good way to do it, because you see sometimes there's something that just rubs off so cool, So it's always worth, that back translation. There's something really cool in it. Okay, I'm starting to feel this drawing now.
You digging it?
Yeah, I was a little unsure when I did the pencils, but actually,
oh man, I like all your sketch covers. I can't say I did any of them like throughout any of the campaigns. I wanted to win them all, to tell you the truth. But I have quite a few of your ink drawings anyways, but can never have enough. I think yeah, you might be the person I have the most original art from now.
Is it?
Yeah. But I don't yeah, I don't collect a lot of it, but yeah, I just mostly get it from people that I'm friends with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or that I consider friendly, I should say. Don't.
So
Good.
we're 10 issues in. Have you been itching to try like working on something else, or are you still like fully into the Blam and Glam, like still just as passionate about it? Or are you like kind of like, okay, I want to, not that you want to get it done, but you're maybe have some other ideas that you've been floating around that you'd like to take a stab at?
Yes, I haven't been able to work through any other ideas yet, and you know, it'd be cool to see once I've told this story. I think once I've told the story, then you know, there's a number of people who keep wanting to get in touch. They keep getting in touch, and they want me to do stuff with them. Some
Okay.
really cool things that could be, you know, people we know as well. And I think because of the nature of my full-time job, I don't have a lot of time to do stuff. I want to get this this story told in, you know, to you know, so it's done, and then I'll start to look at other stuff. You know, it might be them working with some of the people we know, or co-creating something, or if it's just drawing something somebody's already written.
Mm-hmm.
I do like having my own IP, so there's more of a chance that'll happen. But you know, the good thing is, you know, it might be like a one shot with somebody would be quite interesting. But once I've got this out of the way, or once I, you know, if I ever find that I do have time because something's changed, and I don't need to do the full-time job anymore. Problem is, the full-time job is pretty cool, you know, and there's some great people I work with, so it's hard, you know. But
Yeah.
but yeah. But yeah, I'd love to do something. I just don't know what's next.
Yeah. Very cool.
So this is our next one.
Yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
tight.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you like just focusing on Blam. There's a lot of people who like I got interested in on Kickstarter, and like they did a comic I really like, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, I'll get back to it. This is issue 1 of 4, but like I got another book that I'm going to launch next, and then another one after that. And it's just like, dude, just finish the comic that I, you know, like
Yeah.
That's it, because once you start reading it, unless it's like a solo story or like Jacob Phillips, you know, the one we're talking about, the is Phillips, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, those stories you can read in one go, and then the next one you can read, you know, you can even read them in different sequences, it doesn't matter, but they're same character but different story. That I think you can come back to. I think it's cool. But if it's a periodic thing where you need to flow, you got to do it. You can't keep people waiting. They'll never come back.
Yeah. And like I get that you not everybody can be what's his name though? Oh, I can't believe I forgot. Colin Bunn, you know what I mean? And like you just, this is your first comic and you're gonna try to pretend you're Colin Bunn now. Like I'm gonna write all these different stories at once, and it's like just do the one, finish the one. At least I think is a pretty good. But I mean, like you've done enough of Blam and Glam where you could probably take a rest and like do like a 40.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like a lot of creators, what they'll do is they'll do their first arc, and then, like you said, maybe do a one shot just to, you know, take a little break just to, you know, change it up a bit, and then come back to it fresh. You know, yeah, I've seen a few guys do that. Like they'll just do a one shot after to break up their creative process a little bit.
To tell you the truth, I'd love to see you do a noir book. You know, your art style, I think would do really good with like a traditional crime drama narrative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, with the, I mean, like,
I'd love to. Like, you thinking like a Frank Miller, Sin City type of noir, or like something, or more like a.
I was thinking kind of more like, yeah, if Frank Miller in like the time period and the tone, but like with your art, I was thinking kind of, it would probably read a bit more like
The Shadow or something.
The Shadow, or I was thinking kind of like Parker by the adaptations that Darwin Cook did.
I'll have to check them out. I mean, I'd love to do a noir story and do it in the painted but dark. You know, the way that Bill Sienkiewicz used to do the shadow painted stuff, you know, and then perhaps on the like on the cover, but then perhaps on the inside, as you say, so I have a black and white take on it, you know, and then pop a page with a painting or two. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do on the next one. Do you know what I mean? I think it'd be quite cool. But a noir story, I'd love to do something like that. Whether it's something I create or work with someone on. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's weird because until I get my head right in a place, like until I can get my balance and my work and stuff right,
Yeah.
it's hard because I want to do. Like when I start doing the comics, like I'm all in. You know, I'm painting on the train on the way to work and to and from work. You know, and in that hour on the train, I'm in it, and I want to do more of it. I know there'll be some days that if I quit and I just did comics, there'll be some days where I'll be like, right, still in my underpants and my slippers, got a t-shirt on, can't be bothered getting dressed. You know, watch what's on the television, and then maybe draw a couple of pages. Can't do that. It's got to smash through all this stuff. Do you know what I mean?
But I mean,
yeah,
like, and you're doing it, man. Like, you just barely finished. Have you shipped everything out for 9? Or you're probably still shipping stuff for 9, right?
I've shipped everything out for 9, apart from 3 backers, I think. And I think that's probably because I mean there's some extracurricular stuff that I'm shipping out, but the Kickstarter 9, I think there's only 3, if I look at the fulfillment, it's saying I've got 4 backers left to go, and actually one of those I've already done, but because they were a digital backer and they won an A4 painting, I've just got to do the A4 painting, so I won't mark that as shipped until the A4 painting goes out. So there's 3 people left to ship, and I think I'm still waiting for them to fill in their surveys.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, it's funny because on the weekend, all of a sudden I got a survey being filled in for issue 5, Kickstarter 5.
Are you serious?
And I was like, I fulfilled. Well, actually, what's funny is I went back and it's a digital backer. So I've gone, thanks for filling your survey. You know, actually, your awards were shipped. It was January 2 years ago. But here's the link again. You know, the links are there. They can download. If it's a physical thing, that's a different matter.
Yeah.
But yeah. Jonathan, there was a couple of graphic novels in Kickstarter that are Arkham Case Files. No, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think everyone wants to do a Batman at some point.
Actually, I never did, but like I had a dream, and like it's not actually Batman. It's like a story for Damian Wayne, but like I came up with a pretty cool fucking pitch for that.
I remember. I mean, I think instead of Batman, because everyone does Batman, I'll probably do Batgirl, but I don't know enough of a story to be able to. It'd have to be like, you know, the way DC at one point in the 80s.
Oh, you would do a killer Batwoman.
I'd love to do a Batwoman. Sorry, not Batgirl, Batwoman. I'd love to do a Batwoman. I just don't know what the story is anymore to tap into. So it'd have to be one of these alternative.
With the black suit with the red hair. Oh, you would kill that.
I'd love that. Yeah. And maybe you know the comics that are black and red, but it'll be black and red painted. Do you know what I mean? So that could be quite cool.
Yeah, the J.H. Williams III art.
Yeah, he killed that.
I remember there was a Batman issue. I think the only other Batman issue I ever bought, like just off like a newsstand or wherever it was when I was a kid. I think, and I can never remember which one it is. I think it might be a Neil Adams was Batman.
Yeah. Yep.
Neil, and it might have been like it was one. Right? Yeah, exactly. And this was, you know, it was old newsprint, which I love. It might have been even earlier. It might be mid-80s or something. But it was, I don't know if it was the cover or inside, but there was a part where Batwoman got turned into a statue or a snake, half snake on the bottom half, and the top half was Batwoman. And I was like, "Oh, this is crazy. What's going on here?" And I need to buy that issue again to read it, to work out what was going on. At the time I was a kid, so I wouldn't have had a clue.
Yeah. You'd be like, "Wow, that impressed me when I was a kid. You know, you
Yeah,
think back at it, you're like, sometimes it's just better to leave things. Right? Like, you're like, you know, you love something so much from the memory, right? And the memory just
The memory's
It's-
awesome, isn't it?
yeah, it's always awesome. And then when you bring it, you're like, oh, reality's not quite the same as my memory.
I tell you what, right, there's some shows like that because I remember Terrorhawks was the thing when I was a kid. Like I was probably about 7 or 8 when that came out, and
Yeah.
Terrorhawks was like amazing theme tune. The robots are cool, the ships are cool, and you like, and people were singing, and there's all sorts of stuff going on. It was really cool. And then you watch it again as an adult, and you're like, yeah, the soundtrack's cool, the ship's still cool. You know, the end sequence, the opening titles, everything cool. And then you watch the actual episode and go, that was shit. That really was rubbish.
Yeah.
You know, it was so badly written, it was unbelievable. But
Yeah.
the concept was fantastic.
Yeah. Cool. So what are we at here for backers, Johnny?
So we're at 66.
66.
So should we go?
That's a nice
should we go
number.
66. So we're gonna go for this for 66. See who gets what.
Yeah, so this is it. This is the last one. Last giveaway, folks. Last giveaway. Yeah. And we'll call it a wrap. Another launch for Blam Glam, man. Issue 10. Man, you've been what is it? 3 years ago you started with issue 1? Was it about 3 years?
Yeah. 2020.
Wow, has it been already? Wow.
2020 or 20? Oh wow, something just jumped up then. Oh shit. 60,
much?
sorry, it's gonna be 67, and that was a biggie. Hang on a sec. What did they buy? That was a oh, I need to see what that is. Yeah, the number's 67 now.
67.
Dashboard. Let's just see what they did. Oh, somebody went for an all painted cover and both cover comics. Oh, fantastic. That's impressive.
Yeah. So that's going on 5 years now then.
I'm sure it was 2020. I'll tell you what will tell me. Kickstarter. And they're not Kickstarter. I do Kick Track.
I know you did the sketchbook in 2019.
Yeah. Hang on a sec. So Blam Glam.
Man, time goes by too fast.
Oh, don't. I'm like, what is going on? Why is this stuff going so slow? Right. So, issue 1 was March 2021. Sorry, it was 2021. So it's still 4 years. Almost 4 years. It's insane. I never would have thought, it'd go that quick. Right, 67. 67. You got that number?
Yep.
Yeah, it's all good to go.
Cool. Let's go on that. Got a little sound effect.
Man, the 60s.
Look at that.
Number
Jonathan.
1 made it. Number
Jonathan.
1. And we were just saying, don't be number 1 because you'll never win anything. And number 1 wins. Number 1.
Let's confirm that. I'm sure it's Jonathan. Let's have a look. Backer report.
No, I think Jonathan said he was 3.
Oh no, that's right. It's not Jonathan. It is.
It's Ivy Runner.
Okay,
you said
Ivy Runner. Yes,
Ivy Runner. Yeah.
Ivy Runner. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
Jonathan. Yeah, you're number 3.
Yeah.
Jonathan's like, I was number 1 last time.
Yeah. Well, he got the Jacob cover. I mean, he made out pretty good.
Yeah, that's a cool one. That is a really nice collectible.
That's a great way
cool.
to close out the whole thing. First backer wins something on the final spin. Yeah. It's like that Hail Mary pass and, just go for it. Awesome. Love that.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for I had a blast, so thank you so much.
Yeah. Hey, it's always a pleasure. Always great to talk to you.
Cool.
67 backers, almost $5,000 made already. Like, damn, dude.
Yeah, so
slay queen, as the kids say. Like,
yeah, man. I hope you hit that watermark of like over 400, right? You get back there
I
because
don't-
you're always right around 300. You're most of them since issue what 4? You've always hit close to 300 since then.
yeah, since issue
Yeah.
4, I think, yeah,
4 or
Yeah,
5,
exactly.
something like that. Yeah.
yeah.
You started hitting that 300 mark, and then you got a high of 404 with issue 8. So let's see if you can crack that 400 again, man. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, makes
Oh,
more
brilliant.
work for you because then fulfillment's
Well,
a pain
that's
in the ass, you know.
Yeah, at that point, it's paying my kids who are adults now more money to pack. They love it, so they get money. Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thanks to everyone who's in the chats who came and participated, man. Always appreciated. Man, good luck to you, Richard, the rest of the way on this campaign. Always off to a great start, and hopefully, like we said, you get up there, and we'll keep the fingers crossed for 400.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Great session as ever. Thank you.
We are gonna be on a break after this until the beginning of February. We've got something planned. But for sure we're gonna be having DB Andry on to talk to us on the 8th. So that's something that I can promote for sure. And that's gonna be groovy. We also got Thomas Nagoski, the guy that is writing Soul Taker for Mad Cave. He's gonna be on the 13th. So yeah, that's gonna be gangster. But until then, we'll catch you guys later. Go watch some Terrorhawks or Landman, or better yet, Landman and the Terrorhawks. He could be their leader. All right. So, we'll catch you guys later. Take it easy.